So at this point, we've got two different endpoints, one of them for products and one of them for categories. But we're not, when we end up getting our categories, we're not getting the associated products. And when we get our products, we're not getting the associated category. We get the category ID. Now, we have the ability to run a query to give us this information. So for instance, if we were to go to our SQL and say, let's just go over here and we're going to say select products.name. Let's build this out a little bit at a time. We'll say select products.name from products. Okay. And if we wanted to get the associated category, we could say, well, also give me the categories dot name from products, and we're going to end up, let's do this in a couple of lines here, sorry. Categories name, select products name, categories name from products, and we're going to join categories, and we're going to do it on the categories ID is equal to the products. Again, we've got to do this because this is just the way that Postgres works. Again, we don't have to worry about it with SQLize, where products.categories ID equals products category ID. In this case, we're actually missing a record here because we're not getting our one product that doesn't have a category. We can end up getting it if, let's just go up here, what we can end up doing, and we could do a, let's see, it's a left join. Yeah, so if we end up doing a left join, we'll end up getting this. Now, let's actually see how we can end up doing this with SQLize. It's relatively easy. What we end up doing here is that when we look at these models, let's start out by doing this one here. We do a find all. We have the ability to include another model. And we know that a product belongs to a category. So this takes an array, and we could say, well, the model that we want to include is going to be the DB models category. And again, if we go over to our data layer, so we put in this include, and the reason why we're able to do it is because over here, we say a product belongs to a category. So now we have the ability to say, hey, look, give me the product, but not only the product, give me the category that this product is associated with. So now if I go back to my products and I refresh this, I will also end up getting the category as well. Well, how about going in the other direction? Well, if we wanted to go in the other direction, we could maybe think that we could do that by saying, well, a category is going to have many products. And we might think that we could go over here and put an include here and say, hey, look, we know that we've got many products, so give us the product. Okay? Do an include in the other direction. But if we tried this, we'd get an error. And it would say a product is not associated to a category. And we'd go, well, that doesn't make sense. Right? Didn't we just set this up here and say that a product belongs to a category? We did. And that's going to allow us to take a product and include the category. If we want to go in the other direction, we've got to say a category has many product. And now this will allow us to go in this direction and not only get the categories, but to get the products as well. So you should know that you can end up doing these includes. Very often you don't necessarily have to do them. You could make your API requests and get a list of all your categories and get a list of all your products and do your work on the front end to basically combine this information to get the same amount of data. But this is something that you should be aware of. Now, it's also important to note that when you end up doing this, in terms of creating the foreign key, either of these will create the exact same foreign key. So even if I go and comment this out, I'll still see that my database will end up seeding the exact same way. And if I go over here and I describe my products table, I'll see it has the category ID. So either one of these will actually create the foreign key. Why do I need to create both of them? Well, it depends on what direction you want to go in. If you want to get a product, start out with a product and include the category, then you have to include product belongs to category. If you want to go the other direction and say, here's the categories, I want to find the products, then you have to say, hey, look, a category has many products.